What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got a bit of a discussion video today. We're going to talk about the current state of the 1999 Hex calendar in Warframe. This went from being one of the best weeklies in the game, giving Archon Shards and Omniforma, to being one of the most underwhelming weeklies in the game that a lot of players are actually turning out skipping at this point. So let's hop right in. But before we do, make sure you sub this channel to daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, discussion videos like this one. You're going to place Warframe content. Well, the new update coming on Wednesday, and I'll have lots of videos coming out. I got meta guides, spoiler frame build videos, and more already planned out. But let's focus on what we have right now. We are currently on the update right before Isle Weaver, and we're looking at the calendar now, and the calendar has been really underwhelming. If you don't know what the calendar is, you've been playing for a while. Basically, we're on the 1999 area right now, and it's this special thing right here. So you click on this button on your computer, and it brings up the calendar. Now, as far as what this calendar does, you do some pretty basic stuff, like break some containers, or like, kill some enemies, and you get loot for it. So, for example, when you beat the first challenge here, break 75 boxes, you either get 6k Kuva or an Omniforma blueprint. Not a terrible loot drop, but when you start looking at some of these other loot drops, they're just not appropriate in my opinion. And also, this, I'm going to show you too, this used to be really good, they made it really bad. So, going over to the next challenge here, we got like one arcane or one secondary arcane adapter. Pretty much a non-choice. If you even know what these items are, you would never actually choose the one arcane, because it's like, it's a 1 plat or a 3 plat item versus a 20 plat item. So you would never actually, if you knew what you're doing, you would never take this. So the first inappropriate loot drop, in my opinion. But moving on here, we have some even more silly ones. Like this one's pretty good too, like a resource drop booster or 2 arcanes. I guess that's more acceptable. But yes, this one right here is not. 2,000 Kuva or 1 normal Forma blueprint, which takes 23 hours to build. So you killed 20 Eximus, 300 enemies with abilities, and you get 2k Kuva. This is not even 1 Riven roll. So we're going to start with my first issues with this, is that the loot is very underwhelming on certain levels. We saw the first level had 6k Kuva. Why does the third level have 2k Kuva? It's not even done. You go on the final page here, you go through all these challenge steps. Like, pretty good stuff on some of these levels, to be fair. But the final challenge step is 2,000 Kuva or a singular arcane. Here is my first complaint with this. Like I said, the loot's inappropriate. There should never be a loot tier like this. I just killed a tank. What do I get out of it? I get 1 extra arcane. The tank's already guaranteed to drop an arcane. Just a heads up on that one. So you get a second arcane for your tank fight, or you're getting not even an entire Riven roll of Kuva. Again, this number should not be on here in my opinion. This should add an extra 0 to this, or maybe make it 10,000 or something like that. At least 1 roll. There was like the level 1 version had 6k Kuva. The level 3 having 2k Kuva is not enough. So I think the DE should completely remove the 2k Kuva reward, update it to something else. They can even make all the singular arcane rewards 2 arcanes, just because I'm going to show you how this used to be, and I'm going to show you how it is right now. And just, you saw that right. There is no Archon Shards on this upgrade path. Another reason why people are starting to abandon it. I'm going to show you this is a video 4 months ago of Weekly Reset. This is how the calendar used to be loot-wise. So there was better weeks than this, but this is just the week that I have right here. So if we look at the loot we're getting, there should be an Archon Shard at least guaranteed in here. So who cares about the buffs? The buffs are nice too, but like those are mostly for people that are struggling in ETA and need the help. As far as the loot aspect though, look at what we have here. Okay, a red Archon Shard or a mod drop booster. This right here looks better than the entire week of loot we have this week. So yeah, and then another. Oh yeah, did I mention that there's gonna be? I think there's double mod boosters in this week. So yes, mod boosters can technically appear. I know it is RNG, but I think there should be some stop gaps in place so we don't have 2k Kuva. Like, look at this, is so much better. A Riven? I feel like they actually nerfed this. And they factually did nerf a single aspect of it. They used to give Omniforma fully built in this calendar, and now it's Omniforma Blueprint. DE stated it was too easy to get the Omniforma from this calendar. They put it in a more difficult place. They put it in the ETA, and they kept the Omniforma blueprint here, which to most players we view that as a non-drop. I would literally actually take 2k Kuva over an Omniforma blueprint because they're so annoying to build. 4 fully built Forma, 10 Nighttane, and like you have to wait. So you're basically waiting like 4 or 5 days to build 1 Omniforma. There's that 2k Kuva. See, it's still, this bad stuff is still back there, but there was good stuff offsetting it too. There's still a lot of build requirements for the Omniforma, so most players choose to buy them. For example, I bought like 60 Omniforma like last week. And there's your double mod booster. So as you can see, it was really looking good back then with a double mod booster in a Archon Red Shard. Let's move on to another week that was better than the one we have right now. Just to put in perspective that they basically, it feels like they might have nerfed it more than they even said they would, because they think I think they claimed they nerfed was only the blueprints of the Omniforma. But yeah, as you can see, we've had that the last 2 weeks with no Archon Shards at all. I'm not saying that you really deserve an Archon Shard for killing 20 Eximus. I'm just saying we went from a very, very good system people are excited to log in for, including me, to a system people are mostly ignoring. If there's not an Archon Shard in the calendar, people don't even bother doing it. These buffs aren't exciting to most people because they're only for 1999 missions. A lot of people are getting done with 1999 missions, like you finish the Infested Lich farm and all that stuff too. So I think that there should be, here's some of my ideas how D could fix it. I think that they should make it where once per month there is a guaranteed Omniforma, not blueprint, a built Omniforma. Let's say you do all your challenges for an entire calendar year. Because the way this works, like spring, summer, fall, winter. If you do every challenge for all 4 weeks, I think you deserve an Omniforma, personally. Hot take, I know. But if they had a way to implement that where people who are dedicated to grinding this stuff out get rewarded in the end, they said it was too easy to get an Omniforma before, so they took it out. Maybe make it where people who are dedicated are getting this guaranteed Omniforma anyway. It's only like 30 plat or whatever, or 70 plat at the end of the day. So yeah, that's an idea. I think that also every other week or every week, there should be guaranteed a singular Archon Shard from something on this list. That might be, look, there's your Aura Forma. It was called Aura Forma back then. Now it's called Omniforma. So that right there got removed. You can no longer get that. I think that should change. That should be the last loot drop at the end of a month. If you do every challenge, maybe have some kind of thing where it checks you every challenge. If they can't do that, then the last week of every month, maybe make an Omniforma built in there. Additionally, like I said, there should be an Archon Shard of some type guaranteed every week. No excuses. We're not trying to kill 300 Scaldra when we don't even want to in the first place for no reason. Because a lot of times these challenges can be good to do passively, but retroactive, they don't like go retroactively. If you killed like 300 Scaldra while you're on the Techrot challenge, it won't count the Scaldra you already killed for the Techrot challenge. You end up killing like 1,000 enemies to get through this stuff, which is not exactly difficult, but again, at the same time, this loot is so underwhelming. People aren't even choosing to use. I didn't even bother to finish my challenges this week either. I used to be someone that would do them immediately the day of, right away. So if you guys have any ideas on what you do to fix the calendar, let me know in the comments down below. I've seen lots of feedback on how to fix it. The buffs are great and all that, although some of the buffs don't work properly. But the big thing is the loot. Like, getting 2k Kuva for killing the tank and all this stuff is just not appropriate in my opinion. And I don't think a lot of players would agree that it's appropriate either. Like, look at me. I literally haven't done. Like, I have to kill 750 Techrot to get a buff, which is nice, but then I get, like, an Auric Catalyst or Reactor Blueprint, which is good, but then after that, the tank, like, look, there's not even a buff after the tank. I would literally kill the tank for 1 Arcane or 2k Kuva, so I think the last tier reward should always be at least 6k Kuva or more, and this should double Arcane at least, dude. Like, 1 Arcane, like, this can't be Arcane Hotshot, this can only be, like, Arcane Crepuscular, Arcane Impetus. The Arcanes you already have a million of if you play any of these 1999 missions. Let me know how you guys feel about this. I know it's more of a new player focused and like returning player focused thing here, but we went from having really good stuff to having really underwhelming bad stuff like this. So you guys let me know how you feel about it. Let me know your suggestions for fixing it in the comments down below. It probably won't get fixed as DE is already moving on to the next update, but still, discussion like this is important from time to time. All right, guys, see you next time. For your support, take it easy. Bye.